The blade caught the firelight as Freyr's hand loosened its grip. In that instant, the gods still believed the future could be bargained with. They were wrong. Before the breaking of oaths, before the last war was named, the world of the gods stood in a fragile balance. Asgard shone above the clouds, its halls filled with laughter, feasting, and the quiet arrogance of immortality. The Vanir and the Aesir had made peace, but the peace was young, thin as ice at the edge of spring. Freyr walked these halls as a god of plenty, lord of sun-warmed fields, of harvests heavy with grain, of peace bought through prosperity rather than blood. Where others carried spears, he carried abundance. And yet, at his side, he bore a weapon forged for endings. Lævateinn, a blade whispered to have been shaped by trickery and ruin. A weapon that struck on its own, that never missed, that burned with a will older than gods. It was not meant for gentle hands, but it answered Freyr all the same. The world believed him complete, but fate had already begun to circle. It came not as a scream, nor as thunder. It came as longing. From the high seat of Odin, Freyr's gaze fell beyond the ordered realms, across frost and flame, across lands where giants ruled beneath starless skies. There he saw her, Gerður, a giantess of unyielding earth and cold beauty. Her presence struck him harder than any blade. The future narrowed to a single desire. The seers warned him. Love born of obsession is never free. What is taken from the giants will be paid for in blood. But Freyr did not listen. He sent Skirnir, his servant, into Jotunheim with words of gold and threats of ruin, promises of wealth, curses of endless winter. Yet Gerður would not yield without a price. She demanded the impossible, not gold, not power. She demanded the sword, the blade that fought on its own, the blade that would one day be needed when the sky split and the dead marched. Lævateinn. Freyr stood alone when the choice came. No counsel, no witness, only desire on one side, and destiny on the other. He knew the old songs. He knew what the final battle would require. He knew that a god without his blade would face fire unarmed. And still, his hand opened. The sword left him without protest, as if it too understood the cost. In that moment, something unseen shattered. Not a hall, not a life, but the future. The gods celebrated the union. They spoke of peace between realms, of love that bridged ancient hatred. But beneath their words, the Norns tightened the threads, because weapons remember. When the age of fire came, when Surtur rose with a burning world in his hands, Freyr would stand against him, shield in one hand, hope in the other, and nothing else. No blade to answer his call, no edge to turn flame aside. He would fall, not because he was weak, but because once, long ago, he chose love over fate. The Norse told this story not to condemn him, but to warn that even gods cannot escape the weight of a single choice, that what is surrendered in desire is often demanded again in ruin, and that the moment everything changes is rarely loud. Sometimes it is only the sound of a weapon leaving a hand.